To Campaign 2020, as we reported yesterday, Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Gimenez has formally announced he is running for Congress. He'll be challenging Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Merkersol-Powell.
CBS4's Jim DeFede spoke to the head of the Florida Republican Party. Jim is joining us now. What did he have to say about this race?
Well, this is an interesting race, and Republicans are excited about Gimenez, but make no mistake, in this race, he is the underdog. But before we talk about the challenges Gimenez will face, let's hear from the Republican Party chairman, Gruters.
I think we're going to win that race. We're going to take it back, and we're all in with him. And he
no
is
concerns
going to be successful.
That he's admitted to having voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016.
Not at all. And I talked to the president about that in the car. But it's listen.
What did he say?
He was excited to have him on board.
He was excited that the guy who's running voted for Hillary Clinton.
He was excited that we were going to have him as our next congressman for this district because it's so important. Because we have so many big issues that we're facing up in D.C. and we need more people that will fight for the people, and the mayor will do it.
Do you have any doubt? I mean, Carlos has obviously fully embraced Donald Trump, or seemed to. Do you have any doubts that he now fully embraces Donald Trump and Donald Trump's policies?
I think that he'll support the administration once he gets to Congress, and I think he'll be a wonderful congressman. I think he served this area with distinction, and I think he'll continue to serve with distinction up in D.C. and vote for what's in the best interest of his community.
Well, Jim, let's start. What was that look he was giving you?
That was kind of interesting. You know, the idea of when they were driving from the airport to the Doral yesterday, you know, Gruters said he mentioned how Carlos Gimenez had voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. You know, I'm not sure the president necessarily appreciated that, but I do know one thing. The president wants to try to win back the House, wants to try to defeat Nancy Pelosi, and part of the strategy is getting someone like Gimenez to win.
Jim, what are the challenges that Carlos Gimenez, although he has such name recognition in this community, he's been around a long time, what are the challenges facing in that district?
Sure. So the first thing we got to sort of look at is the fact that Carlos Gimenez has won elections, but never a partisan race. He's never had the R or the D next to his name. And for a long time, most people never even would know whether he was a Republican or a Democrat. Now they're going to know he's a Republican. He's a Republican who has fully embraced Donald Trump, as we've now seen. He has embraced him both on Twitter. The president has embraced him on Twitter. He has been a vocal supporter of the president in terms of his detention policy, sanctuary city policy, all of those sorts of things. And that, while that may play well in general, in that district, that's a district that in 2016, Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump by 16 points. And in 2018, Ron DeSantis lost that district to Andrew Gillum by 7 points. Nelson beat Rick Scott in that district by 8 points. So this is a heavily Democratic district. And once you put that R next to your name recognition doesn't help you as much as you think.
Yeah, well, now that he does have that R next to his name, he's vocally supported President Trump. What is the strategy for Republicans to win that district?
So that was one of the things I talked to Joe Gruters about off camera, was how does this size up? Because it seemed to me that the full embrace of Donald Trump doesn't necessarily make the right play here. Carlos Curbelo narrowly lost that seat by 1.8 percentage points, you know, in the last election, but he had found a way to distance himself from the president, sort of be a critic of him at times. So why the embrace on Trump? Well, according to Gruters, the idea is to really turn up the base. They think that rather than running away from the president, you have to fully embrace the president, and that'll encourage more Republicans to turn out, and that'll mean victory. The problem with that theory, because I wanted to go back and look at the numbers, and the numbers don't lie, Republican turnout in 2018 was 65%. Republicans already had a high turnout in that election. So I don't know how much more Donald Trump can turn out, and they far outbeat Democrats in terms of turnout, yet there are so many more Democrats in that seat. Democrats still won. That's the challenge for Carlos Gimenez.
It's going to be an interesting race. We'll be following it. Jim, thank you very much. And you can watch all of Jim's interview with State Senator Joe Gruters Sunday on Facing South Florida at 8:30 a.m. right here on CBS4.